Sex addiction is a complex and often misunderstood issue that affects a significant percentage of the population, with estimates suggesting that between 3% and 6% of people in the U.S. struggle with sex addiction. This addiction can manifest in different ways, and it's essential to understand the various forms it can take. One form of sex addiction is serial cheating, which involves engaging in multiple extramarital affairs despite being in a committed relationship. This behavior is often driven by a desire for thrill and excitement, and it can be incredibly damaging to relationships and personal well-being. People who struggle with serial cheating often experience feelings of guilt and shame, and they may try to justify their behavior or keep it hidden from others. Another form of sex addiction is sexual anorexia, which involves avoiding sex altogether due to feelings of shame or guilt. This can be a coping mechanism for people who have had negative experiences with sex in the past, and it can be incredibly isolating and damaging to relationships. People who struggle with sexual anorexia may avoid intimacy and physical contact, and they may feel like they are flawed or unworthy of love. Compulsive masturbation is another form of sex addiction, which involves excessive and obsessive masturbation that interferes with daily life. This can be a sign of underlying emotional issues, such as depression or anxiety, and it can be incredibly difficult to overcome. People who struggle with compulsive masturbation may feel like they are losing control, and they may experience feelings of guilt and shame. Cybersex addiction is another form of sex addiction, which involves excessive and compulsive use of online sex services, such as webcam sex or online pornography. This can be incredibly damaging to relationships and personal well-being, and it can be difficult to overcome due to the ease of access and the anonymity of online interactions. People who struggle with cybersex addiction may experience feelings of guilt and shame, and they may try to justify their behavior or keep it hidden from others. Finally, romantic sexual obsession is a form of sex addiction that involves an excessive and compulsive preoccupation with a romantic partner or a desired romantic partner. This can be incredibly damaging to relationships and personal well-being, and it can be difficult to overcome due to the intense emotions involved. People who struggle with romantic sexual obsession may experience feelings of euphoria and excitement, but they may also experience feelings of anxiety and despair. It's essential to understand that sex addiction is a complex issue that requires a comprehensive approach to treatment. This may involve seeking professional help, such as therapy or counseling, and it may also involve seeking support from loved ones and support groups. It's also essential to understand that sex addiction is not a moral failing, but rather a treatable condition that requires compassion and understanding.